So our Altar Guild and our staff have spent today preparing the sanctuary space for you. The crosses are hung up, the paper crosses that you gave us, that you brought in, that have names of your loved ones on them who have died, who have gone before us in the hope and promise of resurrection when Christ will come to gather us all together again. And if you haven't filled one out yet or haven't brought it in, you can bring it in this weekend and tack it up on the board yourself. We've also set up the candles on the tables. They're all ready for us to each light, to come forward, to light them for our loved ones as we give thanks and glad remembrance. On this beloved holiday, we remember what binds us together, our humanity recognized in death, and the promise that God has for us for a future together. A future promise that is never be discouraged or derailed by our present troubles. We remember our hope that binds us together, living in community, living out our faith. And we're in this in-between time, between the fulfillment of the promise God has for us and the things that have happened and that we remember in the past. And in this in-between time, we make promises to one another. We commit to be in community with our presence, with ourselves, worshiping in person or together through live stream as we're able to do now, serving one another through ministries and offering our financial gifts to support the mission of God through St. John. So I want to thank you. Last weekend was Commitment Sunday, and we're still, of course, open to receiving your commitment cards if you haven't yet. Thank you if you brought them in or if you've mailed them in and dropped them off or completed them online. What a commitment card is just an intention to live out your faith in community in 2024. So it's just about another hope, something that you hope to do. You might hope to attend worship more frequently. You might hope to volunteer a shift or two at the food pantry. You might hope to make a goal to give an offering. Now, maybe you've never filled out a commitment card before. Maybe you've never given an offering before. Maybe this is the year to start, and you can start small. What if you only gave $1 a day? $7 a week, that's like a venti coffee at Starbucks. Maybe it's something where you could start, and once it adds up, that's $365 a year that you hadn't have given before. That is amazing. That's a wonderful place to start. If you have given an offering before, maybe you could consider increasing your pledge, increasing what you can give, maybe just by 1%, maybe by 3%, or maybe you could do 6%. It's up to you to prayerfully consider what you can give towards the ministries of the church and the mission of God that we do. And we also understand that life happens, things change. So if you do need to decrease your giving, you can change your commitment card at any time. If you find that you could give more, then you have the opportunity to do that as well. But what's important for you to know is that from these commitment cards, they're confidential, but the lump sum of what our commitments are what we rely on to make our budget for 2024, which supports all the ministries that we do here in our community and in this congregation. So we are living in this in-between time together. We are living with gratitude for people of the past, with gratitude for the gifts that God has given us. And we are looking forward also to the hope that we all share as we are continuing to feel called to serve the world with the good news of God's promise, this promise that together in Christ is here and now, and that we are supporting one another in faith. We're living toward our future together when we will be reunited with all those who have gone before us. See you in church.